Hello, and you're very welcome to this episode of the Connected Advice Podcast. I'm your host, Paul Redmond. This episode is called Who's Running Your Plan? Business owners are becoming project managers, and how do you stop being manager of your own life? And I suppose, what do I mean when I say the project manager of their own life? Most owners spend hours connecting advisors who should already be connected. So they forward emails between their accountants and solicitors, and they're looking at emails between their tax advisors and their accountants, or their accountants and their financial planners. And they sit here and they have this concept or idea, and they want to put more money into their pension fund. So their financial advisor is telling them, yeah, it's a great idea. And their tax advisor is saying, yeah, but you can only put this amount in because you're a sole trader or whatever it is. So this disconnect, and you're saying, well, I need to talk to my bookkeeper and my accountant. Do I have the cash flow to do this at the time? And you're sitting here in the circle talking about managing the project for everybody else to actually implement. And this, I suppose, this information relay, this is, instead of leading your business, you're becoming a project manager within your business. And this does not work, because you have to deal with so much in your life. You have to deal with so much: the running of the business, the operation of the business. You have your teams, your staff, you have your customers, your clients. This portion of your life needs to be connected a lot better, and you need to stop project managing it and start putting the team of people around you that will actually help you and anticipate the questions that you're trying to do and anticipate the things that you're seeing. So why is it a problem? I suppose a problem really because of the missed opportunities. And we've talked about this numerous times, and we will continue to talk about this. It's the missed things like lost tax reliefs, like lost time in putting the money into your pension fund, like conflicting strategies or advice where they're all independently. This advice is incredibly powerful. A really good solicitor will give you really good advice, but if it's not connected to your really good tax planner, then it can conflict each other. And then your tax advisor has to undo what your solicitor done, or your solicitor has to undo what your tax advisor has done. And then you're second guessing the team of people you had around you. Are these team of people really the right team of people for you in your life? Because why am I always having to say, I heard of so-and-so that you can do this for your business, but nobody actually sits down and says, oh, well, you can do this for your business. So the fact that you heard that off whoever that person was, that's advice for that person potentially in their own particular circumstances. Advice needs to be tailored to your family first, to your family circumstance, always and forever. So you get the conflicting strategies is a massive one. The other big one here is decision fatigue. You're exhausted making the decisions. And what happens when you come to that point where you start to get exhausted with all of this? You just leave it. I'll do it next week, next month. I'll do it next year, whenever. And it just doesn't happen to get done. And that's not a reflection on you as a business owner. It's a reflection on the team of people you put around. And for me, when I'm doing this for the last 40 years, I see really, really good plans that are done. But the ones that are connected are the plans that just makes everything so much better. And all the things we're talking about here, the connected advice, is trying to do many little projects within all of this to get you to come to the table to understand the absolute benefits of doing this in your own life. So the question is asked, what are the risks of staying in this project management role? Well, there's two main risks. There's the financial risk and an emotional risk. And the financial risk is duplicate fees, wasted structures, missed opportunities to do with the tax side of it. But the biggest financial weakness in all of this is you don't have your plan. And by you not having your plan and by you project managing your plan, you figure out that I have to run my own plan and you're not qualified to do it. With due respect to the people that are there, if you have the correct qualified people around you, you can't expect yourself to have the same level of experience and qualifications that the team you need to put around you. But once you have these 5 or 6 people that are around you now, you have strength in your whole operation 10x. No question about it. The next one is emotional, and it's the feeling of guilt, resentment, doubt. All of these negative emotions will come into you because you're sitting down wondering the whole time and understanding, knowing you should do this in the background, and then wondering yourself why you're not doing it. You understand that you need to have a pension, or you need to protection, or you need to do your will, and it's okay, I'll leave it there. This is like the 1%, you're filling that your brain up with all of these things by 1%, 1%, and suddenly this thing, there's no room to maneuver and you run out of time. And then you come across a problem then, and then you're asking yourself, why didn't anybody tell me that this was going to happen? And then I should have caught this yourself, but that's not your role. So you shouldn't have caught it. But if you have a team of people around you, they should have caught it. So how does connected advice make this a lot easier? The idea of all your professionals into one room, sitting around in a room talking about you and your business. You have a tax advisor, you have a financial advisor, you have a banker, you have a corporate finance, all of these siloed people, pension advisor, wealth advisor, whatever area in your life that you need help in, but they're all sitting together. This lead advisor position connects the whole thing. So the connected advisor part, well, that's what I do. That's what we do in our organization. I am the connected advisor for a huge number of these. So I'll bring the people around because I understand the tax implications, the financial advisor implications, and I can build them around. And I sit at the side of the table with the client. And by the two of us sitting, we're asking the other people then for their opinion, but we understand what we're trying to achieve. So they're all aligned. On the previous podcast we talked about was the clarity map. They're all aligned on your clarity map. They're all connected to what you want to achieve, and they're all trying to help you achieve your financial goals. So what's the difference between the two models, the traditional model and the connected advice model? The traditional model is you're the project manager of your own financial, and you're the person sitting there trying to call in everybody. You're unaware of how each advisor is working on your behalf. Your advice is always reactive because you're coming up with something saying, I need to help with this and I need to do this. The connected advisor role, and within this connected advisor role, we look at a family office scenario where we manage on your behalf your financial life. And now we're the ones that are responsible for helping you achieve what you want to and coming back and reporting. But you're only talking to one person. You're talking to that connected advisor, and that person is responsible for the team behind him. And it puts that silo between you and the advice. So in terms of how this makes real sense, how does the shift affect you in your business? So traditional model, you're the project manager of it, so you have to do all the bits. New model, you're the CEO of it. So you're running it like you'd run anything else in your business. You have your team of people together and you're running this. So instead of carrying their weight to somebody else, they lead with the support that you need. So they'll carry a lot of the weight for this. So what's the practical first steps for moving to a project manager to the CEO of your business in terms of your financial life? Build a clarity map we talked about in the last episode. If not, go back and listen to it. These are short enough episodes, so you should get a huge value. And appoint a lead advisor. A lead advisor is someone who connects the team, keeps the momentum, ensures nothing falls through the cracks. They'll help you with the discovery, the planning, and more importantly, the execution of this. And that connected advisor, lead advisor role is a role that you have to have certain level of experience and expertise to do it. And it can be done by anybody that has that level of experience and expertise. But for me, if you sit down and you really take this and say, I'm going to hand all this, or outsource this to somebody, but still I want to maintain control, well, you will, because the lead advisor will help you maintain the control for you. So what's the core message here for listeners? Experience tells me that there's a massive gap in the market for this. Practically, you have to explain this to people so they'll understand the role that you're going to sit in. But I don't want to carry all the burden myself. I want somebody else to carry the burden for the financial. And it's not necessarily a financial controller, because this is done on the basis of family first. So on the basis of family first, the business side of this is not connected to the family first side of it. So the family, you have to have somebody who can understand how to properly coordinate the family first side with the business. And there's a lot of personal stuff in this. So you have to have that understanding of the personal impact of something as well as the business impact of it. And it is very, very different. So by handing over the burden to somebody like myself or some of my team, it will relieve you. And then you'll understand, because if you work with a person for 3 or 4 months and they're not delivering, you haven't got the right person. Like, so that's, I'm not the be all and end all to this thing, but I will help you on the journey. And I absolutely love this work. So what can you do right now to help you on the journey? For the listeners of this podcast, I am very happy to offer a free session to anybody who wants to sit down and have a discovery session. And it's an initial discovery session. And what happens in that? Well, the first thing in the discovery session, you tell me your story. And in result, I'll tell you if I can help you. And if I can help you and show you how I can help you, really show you, here's what I can do for you, here's what you, then we can build a relationship based on that model. So you'll see below here, there's just a link to book a discovery call with me. And the reason we don't charge for the initial discovery call is because, first of all, you have to see, could you possibly, is the personality types the same? Do you think this would work out? And what are you going to get if you put your time and effort into this? Then I have to earn your trust. They're the two things. Thank you so much. I look forward to speaking to you again. Thank you. Bye for now.